Hey everyone, welcome back to Slow English with Matt. I'm Matt. Today we are going to talk about something very British, how to complain politely. In Britain, unlike in America, we don't like to complain directly. We like to sound soft, indirect, and respectful. So here are 8 phrases you can use to sound more polite when you complain, and you'll also sound very British. Let's begin. The first phrase is, sorry to bother you, but. I'm sorry to bother you, but. This is a very polite way to start a complaint. You say sorry first so the other person feels comfortable. Actually, if you ask many British people, sorry is probably their favourite word. We like to say sorry a lot, even if it's not our fault. Here are some examples. Sorry to bother you, but could you check the bill? I think there's a mistake. I'm sorry to bother you, but the Wi-Fi isn't working in my room. Phrase number 2. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Now, when we use this phrase, it doesn't mean that we are scared of something or frightened, but we often use I'm afraid before we give bad news or we complain softly. It doesn't mean, like I said, that you are scared. It just sounds polite. Here are some examples. I'm afraid this soup is cold. Could I have it warmed up, please? I'm afraid my order hasn't arrived yet. Could you tell me where it is, please? 3. Would you mind if? Would you mind if? This makes your request very gentle. Instead of sounding very demanding, it sounds very polite and is asking the other person if they want to do it. But in Britain, it's a request for something. Would you mind if I change seats? It's very noisy here. Would you mind if I ask for a new towel? This one is dirty. Would you mind if you just pressed the subscribe button below? And also, would you mind if you pressed the like button too? It would be very, very helpful. Phrase number 4. I don't suppose you could. I don't suppose you could. This is classic British understatement. You sound as if you don't expect help, but actually you want help, you need help. I don't suppose you could turn the air conditioning down. It's a bit cold in here. I don't suppose you could speak a little more slowly, could you? This is a great phrase and it really sounds polite. Are you enjoying the video so far? Make sure you press like and subscribe. Phrase 5. It seems that. It seems that. This is very diplomatic. You don't blame anyone. You just describe the situation. It seems that my room hasn't been cleaned today. You could say that to the hotel desk. You were expecting it to be cleaned by the maid, but the maid hasn't done it. But instead of saying the maid hasn't done it, you can say, it seems that my room hasn't been cleaned today. It seems that my train ticket isn't valid for this journey. Or the ticket inspector could also say, it seems that your train ticket isn't valid for this journey. Now please pay a fine. So you can add this to the front of any sentence you want and you will sound like a diplomat. You will sound very polite. Phrase number 6. I think there might have been a mistake. I think there might have been a mistake. This is a very safe phrase. You suggest that there may have been a mistake, but you don't accuse anyone. Because in Britain, we don't point fingers. We don't accuse anyone. I think there might have been a mistake with my change. It seems incorrect. I think there might have been a mistake on the receipt. There's an extra Coca-Cola that we didn't have. Phrase number 7. I was wondering if. I was wondering if. This doesn't sound demanding at all, right? Actually, it sounds very curious. You are interested. It's a soft way as well to ask for help. I was wondering if you could check the heating. It's not working properly. I was wondering if you could tell me why you haven't pressed the subscribe button yet. I was wondering if you could help me cross the road. And the last phrase, phrase number 8, I'd appreciate it if. I'd appreciate it if. Now, out of all of these phrases, this one probably sounds the strongest. This is polite though, despite how strong it might sound. And if you add an angry tone to it, it can actually sound not very polite. Actually, it can sound rude. But if you have a gentle, soft way of speaking with, I'd appreciate it if, then it's quite strong but polite. It shows that the problem is important, but you want action now. I'd appreciate it if you could send the document again, please. I'd appreciate it if you could fix this problem as soon as possible. And there you have it. 8 phrases for politely complaining in Britain. British style. Remember, we Brits like to complain in a soft, respectful way. Which of these phrases do you think you will lose first? Tell me in the comments. And like I said before, don't forget to like and subscribe. And join me next time for more slow English with Matt. Have a good one.